At 68, technology had always felt like a distant, chaotic hum, a language spoken by others. My old flip phone was comfortingly simple, but when it finally gave up the ghost, my daughter bought me a smartphone. It sat in its box, a sleek, black brick of overwhelming possibility. The catalyst moment hit me hard one Sunday afternoon. My 10-year-old granddaughter, Lily, sat next to me, her face alight as she played a game on her tablet. "Grandma, you should get this game too, then we can play together," she exclaimed. My heart sank. I knew I couldn't even turn on this new smartphone, let alone download a game. Lily's innocent remark stirred a deep, uncomfortable feeling. It wasn't just about games, it was about connection. My friends were sharing photos of their travels on some app. My family was in a constant chat group, sending funny pictures. I was outside, looking in, feeling increasingly irrelevant, a Luddite term I'd learned from a newspaper article. The antagonist wasn't just physical age. It was the sheer digital intimidation, the feeling that I was simply too old, too slow, too technologically unsavvy to ever grasp this new world. Each tiny icon on the screen felt like a mocking symbol of my inadequacy, a reminder that the world had moved on without me. The human cost was subtle but insidious. I found myself making excuses, avoiding conversations about new technologies, and even withdrawing from some family discussions. My social circle, once vibrant, felt like it was shrinking, not because people left, but because I was losing the ability to keep up with their digital lives. One morning, while flipping through the community center's newsletter, an advertisement caught my eye: Smartphone Basics for Seniors. A tiny spark flickered. Surely, if there was a class specifically for us, I couldn't be the only one struggling. Maybe, just maybe, this wasn't an impossible mountain to climb. The core insight came from the first class. Learning wasn't about memorizing every function, but about guided discovery. Our instructor, a kind woman named Sarah, emphasized patience and practice, breaking down complex tasks into tiny, manageable steps. She understood that for us, it wasn't just about pressing buttons, but about overcoming years of technological apprehension. It was about building confidence, bite by bite. My first few attempts were clumsy. Turning the phone on seemed like a monumental achievement, then navigating to settings felt like exploring an alien landscape. But then, I sent my very first text message to my daughter. "Hello from my new phone." Her immediate, excited reply filled me with a warmth I hadn't expected. It was a tiny victory, yes, but it meant I could communicate. Soon, I discovered the camera. My dog, Buster, became my primary subject. Snapping a photo of him mid-yawn, then figuring out how to send it to Lily. Her delighted grandma, "That's so funny," was more rewarding than any prize. It wasn't about perfect photography, but about sharing small, precious moments, breaking down the digital wall one silly picture at a time. The day I successfully downloaded Lily's game was a turning point. With Sarah's patient guidance, I navigated the App Store, typed in the name, and watched as the little icon appeared on my screen. Later that evening, Lily and I sat side by side, each on our own device, playing together. The joy on her face and the warmth in my heart confirmed that I was truly crossing the digital divide. As my confidence grew, so did my world. I joined a local gardening group on Facebook, sharing photos of my prize-winning roses and getting advice on stubborn weeds. I discovered that many of my senior friends were doing the same, and suddenly, planning meetups for coffee or sharing recipes became effortlessly simple, fostering new connections and deepening old ones. Video calls became a lifeline. My sister, who lives across the country, and I started virtual coffee dates every Sunday. I could read bedtime stories to my youngest grandchild, seeing their sleepy face on my screen. It was truly a miracle, collapsing geographic distance and bringing loved ones closer than I ever thought possible without a plane ticket. There were still moments of frustration, of course. A new app, a system update that changed everything. But now, instead of dread, there was a quiet determination. I'd learned how to search for answers, how to troubleshoot, and when to ask for help without feeling ashamed. I was becoming digitally self-reliant, a confident navigator in this once intimidating sea. My smartphone, once a symbol of my digital inadequacy, is now a tool for profound connection and learning. I even volunteer at the community center, teaching other seniors the basics, sharing my story of how a little handheld device transformed my golden years. I'm no longer invisible. I'm vibrant, connected, and endlessly curious. Beyond social connections, my phone opened doors to a universe of information. Online courses, documentaries, news from around the globe. My mind, which I feared was slowing down, now felt alight with constant learning and engagement. I was no longer just observing the world. I was actively participating in it, with a curiosity I hadn't felt in decades. The ultimate boon has been the profound sense of meaningful connection. My relationship with my grandchildren is stronger, my friendships more vibrant, and my world infinitely larger. I'm not just grandma anymore. I'm an active, engaged participant in their digital lives, sharing laughter, stories, and love across any distance. The loneliness I once felt has been replaced by a joyful, constant hum of connection. I used to dread the mention of anything technological, envisioning endless frustration and feeling hopelessly outdated. Now, my smartphone is a symbol of freedom. Freedom to connect, to learn, to explore, and to participate fully in a world that once seemed to be leaving me behind. It's given me a new kind of vitality, a mental agility I cherish. Now, my phone is an extension of my life, a constant source of joy and connection. I wake up to messages from friends, send good morning photos to my children, and share funny memes with my grandkids. My retirement, which once threatened to be quiet and isolated, is now rich with constant interaction, learning, and the warmth of a world I'm finally a part of. My journey from technophobe to digital enthusiast proves that age is truly just a number when it comes to learning and growing. If I, a woman who once struggled to turn on a smartphone, can navigate this digital world with confidence and joy, then anyone can. Don't let fear keep you from the incredible connections and opportunities that await. This beautiful chapter of my life, the golden years, is not just about relaxation, but about vibrant discovery and meaningful connection. My smartphone became the key to unlocking that. It gave me back my voice, deepened my relationships, and reminded me that there's always more to learn, more to share, and more joy to be found, right in the palm of your hand.